Kilo 8 Charlie Tango K8CT, over.
K8CT. Roger, roger. Now, interesting, Bob. Where are you located, sir?
Roger. Now, interesting, Bob. Where are you located, sir?
I'm in southern Michigan, about 10 north of Flint. You got a nice signal. You're Q5S9 plus 20 dB. I'm running about a kilowatt here also, over.
Roger, Bob. It sounds like you might be a little tight on your power output. If you would, just as a test, dump your box and let me hear you barefoot.
Test. Dump your box and let me hear you barefoot.
Well, yeah, just a minute. I can't reach it across the room. Just a minute.
Okay, don't go to a lot of trouble, sir. If it's a major thing, I just was curious if it was the box that was tight, or perhaps the radio.
Curious if it was the box that was tight, or perhaps the radio.
You mean tight? You mean narrow frequency?
Yes, sir. It sounds like it's. Gosh, I wouldn't know how to put it. It just sounds tight. So why don't you give me about 10 seconds and let me hear you barefoot, and then we'll take it from there.
Let me hear you barefoot, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, I'm running barefoot right now, 35 watts. I can turn it up. That's about 95 watts there. You say tight. Are you talking about narrow audio band frequency?
It sounds nonlinear. Your audio with the box on sounded nonlinear. It sounded fine without the box. Now come put the box back online and let me hear your audio.
Put the box back online and let me hear your audio.
Okay, that's with the amplifier back on. 1,000 watts from an Alpha 87A.
Roger, roger. Now, would it be difficult for you to reduce your drive level a little bit to, say, drop your output by maybe 100 watts or 200 watts? And let me hear that.
Maybe 100 watts or 200 watts, and let me hear that.
Okay, that's, hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. That's 700 watts out right there, over.
Already, and you have checked your tuning of the box. That's the main thing, that the box might not be tuned exactly right. So double check your tuning while we're at it, Roger?
So double check your tuning while we're at it, Roger?
You're talking about the amplifier, right?
Roger.
Roger.
You said the box, or you're talking about the amplifier?
Yes, the power amplifier, sir. If you could back off of your output power by 100 watts or so and retune there, and let me hear if that power amplifier might have been stressed and operating in a nonlinear fashion.
Stressed and becoming operating in a nonlinear fashion.
Okay, very good. Well, I haven't had that report before. It's an automatic tune amplifier. It's an Alpha 87A auto tune. I don't know what else to say.
Yes, sir. Well, gosh, why don't we just press on with it, and then you'll be able to hear it when you listen. But if you're interested in a setup procedure, it starts with a compressor engaged at a 3, at a 10, or 30 out of 100. Roger, we're just looking for a third of the capability of the compressor, something you'll never really hear on the air, but it helps us achieve our final dynamic range of 3 dB.
It helps us achieve our final dynamic range of 3 dB.
Okay, very good. Let's see. We got compression off now. I don't have any compression running.
Okay, we want the compressor on at a 3. That's part of our beginning of our setup procedure. Compression on at a 3. Roger.
Beginning of our setup procedure. Compression on at a 3. Roger.
Okay. That's with a little bit of compression, about a third of the compression level.
Roger. What kind of compression level input control do you have? Is it a 1 out of 10, a 1 out of 100, or how is that expressed?
1 out of 10, a 1 out of 100, or how is that expressed?
Just with a tick mark. I'm afraid we're not going to get anywhere here.
Roger. So, well, it doesn't have any nomenclature as far as input level, so I would then say just at the 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock position on your input control, if it's like that. I don't know your radio specifically. Matter of fact, what is your radio, Bob?
Your radio specifically. Matter of fact, what is your radio, Bob?
Well, I'm running a Qso FT-2000 with an EQ Plus and a amplifiers in Alpha 87A.
Roger. Did you say you had outboard audio equipment?
Did you say you had outboard audio equipment?
Yes, that's right.
All right. It could be that you might be getting some RF in your AF. That would cause another distorted signal similar to what I'm hearing there. When you get RF bleed into your audio and introducing some distortion, it sounds like it might be something in that neighborhood. Roger?
Introducing some distortion, it sounds like it might be something in that neighborhood. Roger?
Okay, very good. Well, thanks for that help. I'll get off the air here and do some nosing around and listening. When I listen to my audio on an SDR radio, I don't hear any distortion, but that doesn't mean I'm not putting it out. Thanks for your report. Like I say, I'll get off the air here and do some tweaking and twiddling and do some investigation. Over.
Yes, sir, Bob. And also, I might encourage you to increase your treble EQ by about 3 clicks boost from where it is. A little more treble, because you're mostly upper mids now, but with very little really top-end EQ for intelligibility. So I would say at least 3 or 4 dB push on your top-end treble EQ. Roger?
Push on your top-end treble EQ. Roger?
Okay, I added some trouble. When I look at my signal here from the 2000, look at it on the GUI or the graphical interface of an non-200D, I have a flat audio response on that display, so I'm at a little bit of a loss here on what you're telling me. But I did increase the treble about a third. Over.
Roger. Yeah, and the bottom end is probably rolling out at about 300 cycles or earlier. Not much bottom end at all. So you might look at that graph and try to figure out exactly what's happening there, sir. But I'm looking at your audio on a spectrum analyzer tied to the receiver, and I do see you rolling out at probably about 300 cycles.
Receiver, and I do see you rolling out at probably about 300 cycles.
Okay, well, that's different than what I see here on the SDR. I see a level of the 100, the 200, and the 300 are all about the same, so some kind of something is poorly going on here. Over.
So now I was monitoring on Milford SDR, which is, these SDR receivers do roll out at about 200 cycles, but I now have you on my local antenna, which is flat. Receivers down to 100 cycles. The monitor system is down to 50 cycles. So if you would, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system?
The antenna is an optimized G5RV in a V configuration, up about 40 feet. I've been using the antenna for several years now. Over.
Roger. Still showing a deficiency down there around the 300 cycle rollout. So, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, you might check out the audio that I'm recording, and you can hear what I'm saying, sir. So if you would like to do that, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. This recording will be cut number 1 of 2,000 some odd Qso-Vlog recordings. Go to YouTube, do the call letter search KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. KC9VKV logbook will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. Roger.
Okay, very good. Thanks for that help, and I'll take a look at it from Charlie Tango.
Roger, Bob. And also, what is your location, sir?
I'm in southern Michigan, about 10 miles north of Flint, Michigan.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate it. And, gosh, if you get a chance, why don't you give me a call next Friday, and we'll, you'll have a chance to listen to your audio recording and see what, maybe look at things and figure out exactly what's going on. 73 Bob, and we'll catch you later. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. We record live now till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.